Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Obviously, with the major Season 1 update now out in Battlefield 6, we got a lot of new stuff to check out. Whether you're jumping into some of the new multiplayer experiences, we've got a new map, new weapons, the full-on battle pass. Obviously, Redsec, the Battle Royale, is here as well. But with yesterday's update, they actually kind of very subtly detailed a lot more updates coming to Season 1. Some pretty significant content updates that we previously did not know about, with a few additional details. So Battlefield did end up updating their news and their blog site with the full roadmap for Season 1. Previously, we had like the half filled in roadmap that detailed some stuff. Obviously, it didn't include anything about Redsec or the Battle Royale or anything like that. Just a couple of weapons, couple of maps and whatnot, with California Resistance Winter Offensive on the horizon. But this new blog details even more updates and what to expect here in the future. It starts off by talking about Redsec and the full Battle Royale, which of course we know about by now. We've been jumping in, playing a bunch of games. But then we get this, the new roadmap for this season, so we can actually go through and detail a handful of new pieces of content and new updates coming further on down the road. Obviously, right now, Rogue Ops is live, and this includes Redsec in its entirety, with Fort Linden as the main Battle Royale map, Gauntlet as a mode, Portal updates are there as well. We in multiplayer have Blackwell Fields, Strike Point, the Traverser Mark II, new weapons in there as well. Now, California Resistance, previously all we really knew about this was the Eastwood map, the Sabotage mode, and then also the battle pickups and the new weapons. Now we know that we're going to get a Portal sandbox update for Redsec with California Resistance. So Portal is going to get even bigger with Redsec, which is awesome. I think that has so much potential. Like, obviously, Portal in multiplayer in and of itself is huge. I've already said I think it's going to be one of the longest standing best additions for Battlefield 6 as a whole. You introduce it into Redsec as well with the Battle Royale, and it just got even larger, which is so cool to see. We're also having a new mode called Rodeo, or a new mission rather, called Rodeo for Gauntlet, which we'll detail as we get further on down the blog. Eastwood obviously is that new map, and Sabotage is the LTM, but then we're getting the golf cart new vehicle that'll be available in multiplayer and Redsec. And then of course the battle pickups, the DB12 shotgun, the M357 trait. Then we've got Winter Offensive, which again includes Icelock Gauntlet as a new LTM available in Redsec. And then the Icelock Empire map in multiplayer, the ice climbing axe, and then even more Portal updates here. Now, the blog does go through and detail Redsec quite a bit here, which we know about by now. We don't really need any of the new information. We've already seen the gameplay, felt it, experienced it for ourselves, but sort of going through and breaking down the general ins and outs. We get our details on Portal, which, like I said, are absolutely crazy in general here. I think Portal is going to be so cool. It includes the entirety of Fort Linden, as well as Gauntlet and Battle Royale, and verified modes that you can check out as well. But then as we go through, we obviously already know about the Battle Pass. We know about Season 1 and everything going on here. What we care about now is really these further out updates, California Resistance, and then also Winter Offensive, with the new details that we have on this now. So we've heard about Eastwood. We've obviously had the details and the gameplay of this surface in the past few days and weeks. Sabotage we know as a 8v8 combat mode, which will be kind of interesting as well. But now we get our first look at Rodeo, a brand new Gauntlet mission in Redsec, where they say, saddle up for a tank-centered addition to the Gauntlet mission rotation. In Rodeo, squads must earn eliminations while occupying heavily armored tanks scattered throughout the playable area. The two squads with the least amount of points are then removed from that Gauntlet match. So kind of an interesting LTM here, exclusively based around tanks and messing around with those. We also have the Turf Pro PVT Royale vehicle, which is of course a golf cart, which is going to be fantastic to run around in this, that can transport any squad into or out of combat. Then of course we've got the battle pickups, our weapons of unprecedented power that can turn the tides of battle. These weapons are rare and can only be found in high value loot caches around the map. For instance, there's a rechargeable railgun inflicting massive damage, then also a minigun with a faster fire rate that's effective against light vehicles and infantry. Then of course we got the DB12 shotgun. We've already learned a little bit about this, and then also same deal with the M327 trait. Then we also have the slim hand stop. This is going to be a new attachment coming. We've heard a little bit about that, courtesy of the original roadmap. Then we also have Winter Offensive coming in December as like our final main major update for the entire year. And keep in mind, as we're going through all this is still a ways to come, but in the next few days, weeks, and ultimately months as well, so many updates inbound, so much content, new fixes, changes, other adjustments going out. If you guys want to make sure you are up to date with everything going on in Battlefield, whether it's Redsec, multiplayer, you name it, this is the place to be. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and of course, if you enjoy this video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated as well. But here with Winter Offensive, this is the final phase of season 1. Obviously, this is a 12-week long season as well, so right around that 3-month mark, basically. With Ice Lock Empire State, this is pretty self-explanatory. Of course, it's just going to be a frozen over version of Empire State there. The Ice Lock LTM, the Ice Lock Looms, this limited time event is centered around a gameplay mechanic called Freeze, a modifier that slowly reduces player health if they do not seek external heat sources. Don't be caught snowblind. Combat zones will have designated heat zones to bring your core temperature up to normal, or you can create fire using incendiary grenades and other gadgets. So that sounds like a ridiculous LTM, one that is way different from normal gameplay. Honestly, something that you would find in Portal, honestly, but I think that's really cool there. And then Ice Lock Gauntlet in Redsec, similar to the Ice Lock for multiplayer, Gauntlet will have an LTM variant that adds to the experience's relentless nature with the sheer force of harsh winter conditions. Unlike a traditional Gauntlet on Fort Linden, Ice Lock Gauntlet takes place on Empire State with a locked set of 3 operations in every match. Master these operations while braving the effects of Freeze, and your squad will be rewarded with more than just the pride of victory. Then we've got the Ice Climbing Axe Melee, pretty self-explanatory there. New Portal updates that they detail as well. Expect a new verified mode and all Winter Offensive content, including the Ice Lock Empire State map and the Ice Lock variant rules, to also be added to Portal as well. So that means even more Portal content, official and also community oriented, all coming here throughout the next few months as we see these various phases release in Battlefield 6. Of course, they also go through detail all the battle pass stuff, but pretty interesting that we had the initial roadmap for this season. It's like, okay, there's a lot going on in October especially, but then decent updates in November, decent updates in December. And now every single one of these updates is larger, obviously, because we got the Battle Royale, which was the worst kept secret on the internet. But now California Resistance, even more content coming for both Redsec and multiplayer. Then Winter Offensive, even more coming for Redsec and multiplayer. And this is just the beginning of the content cycle and post-launch support for Battlefield 6. And this is just exclusively the content. This doesn't even detail, the upcoming gameplay changes, other adjustments, and other things that we'll have introduced as well. So lots to be on the lookout for here as time goes on. Of course, if you guys want to ensure you're up to date with all of it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Would be crazy if we could hit 1 million subs before the end of the year. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.